If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
When you finally find your thing, you want the whole world to know about that thing. So you use a thing called Canva to make it an even bigger and better thing. Whether you want to create flyers for that thing, make presentations for that thing, or design merch for that thing, you can do anything. So people can see your thing, feel your thing, love your thing. The next thing you know, it's a thing. Canva, the thing that makes anything a thing.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. The Four Seasons is back for season 2, starring Tina Fey, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, Marco Calvani, Carrie Kenny Silver, and Erica Henningsen. After a difficult year, your favorite group of friends continues their tradition of vacationing together, now with a baby in tow. From the Jersey Shore to upstate New York and Italy, their getaways are sure to take unexpected turns where comedy ensues. Watch The Four Seasons, now streaming only on Netflix.
All right, listen up. The only gift that any dad wants on Father's Day is Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships the most iconic foods from the best restaurants across the country straight to his door for free. Let him kick back and chow down on award-winning barbecue from Texas, epic deep dish pizza from Chicago, or colossal pastrami sandwiches from New York. Make Dad feel like an absolute legend this Father's Day and go to goldbelly.com to get 20% off your first order with promo code DAD. That's 20% off at goldbelly.com, code DAD.
Hi, everyone. This is part 2 of a 2-part episode. Part 1 is already on your feed. Thanks for listening. Enjoy.
Honestly, like if you just think about it, for West, outside of the TV of it all, this is the perfect situation for him.
Yeah.
He has a girl. He has a girl with low self-esteem who's in a vulnerable space right now, obsessed with him,
Yes.
and she's still married though, so he don't gotta commit. But now because they're on TV about it, now he's stuck. But he, if they didn't get caught, it would be fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's still fucking other people. I actually don't think that they're together. I don't think they're not together, but I don't think they're committed. I think that they're doing. I think they're as casual as West always is, but because of this like hullabaloo, they have to like appear like their trip to Italy means something or whatever.
Yeah.
And I also don't even get the sense that Amanda wants to be in a serious relationship either. Like do you think she wants to be in a serious relationship?
No, but I think Amanda also likes to be talked about, and I think Amanda wants to feel important, and I think that West makes her feel like she has relevancy. Yeah.
I think she feels picked. I absolutely do think that she feels picked.
And I think that it was very telling at the end of the episode when Sierra started to talk about the sleepovers and the kissing, and then Lindsay was like, well, who do you feel more connected to, a person you have an emotional connection with or somebody who you're fucking? And when they really start to talk about that, that's when we saw the camera cut to Amanda, and of course, editing magic, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the camera cut to Amanda and she had to take a deep breath. And I think that was the moment that she realized, like, okay, I feel like West didn't tell her the truth about what was going on with her and Sierra.
Well, she said blatantly, when Andy was like, what happened? Like, did you know that they were canoodling to the extent that they were? And she goes, not to that extent. No, I don't. But that's the thing. Like, this is like, I know, like, for as much shit as I gave Sierra, Amanda is stupid too. She's a fucking dummy. She's a dummy. What?
She is a dummy. And I think like when she starts crying, everybody's like, oh, Sierra was so harsh to her about what she said about her being mute and like the perfect person for Wes. I do think that Sierra has the right to say whatever the fuck she wants about Amanda because Amanda's her friend who fucked her over.
Yeah.
But I think that when Amanda's getting emotional, I don't think that she's getting emotional because of what Sierra said. I think she's getting emotional because she's realizing that Wes is probably that she's overlooking a lot of red flags about Wes, not just
Oh
the
yeah,
fact that he.
absolutely. But I don't think she wanted to claim him is the thing. Like
I know.
I think this is a miscalculation on both their parts. Like
Yes.
I think that she was so when people are saying like she did it out of spite to Ciara, no, I think she was spiting Kyle, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't think she planned to end up stuck with him. I think she just wanted a ride out of her relationship. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, let me leave because I'm on this dick right now. But I don't think she was like, I don't think Kyle or Wes was supposed to be her ride home. That wasn't what was supposed to go on. You know what I'm saying? And but now she has to like associate herself publicly with him. She's losing sponsorship deals because of him. And it turned out that they haven't had the conversations they needed to have because they never intended to be together. But it's like she can't lose any more face than she's already lost. You know what I mean? Like, so now she's doing too much. To me, honestly, I don't think she cares enough about Ciara for that to be like the hurtful part. Like, I mean, and that also was like dumb to me too. I was just like, Ciara, why are you looking like you care so much about this girl? I don't know, whatever. It just feels like Amanda is not worried about anybody but herself right now. And I think she feels entitled to that because of the bad marriage that she's exiting. And if not for fucking West, she would be entitled to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think she's just in that mental space. I don't know what West is doing. I really do just think he's like a selfish, greedy guy. And I'm wondering, I'm like, everybody has all these theories that he like wants to be the number one guy in the house, and then he's like trying to fuck Kyle over. And I just really don't even think he thought that far about it. I think Amanda has nice titties, and she liked him, and he wanted, I don't think it's any more than that. So even like with Lindsay's monologue, I think that and your observations about who West is are true, but I think that that's intuitive. I don't think it's as diabolical as like everybody's saying. Like, I don't think that West is like, I'm gonna deceive Kyle and Carl and KJ. I don't think he's doing that.
I think in the moment, all he's thinking about is being liked by the person he's in front of.
Yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And even like, remember when KJ read West's text on Watch What Happens Live. But then I remember going on Reddit. I gotta stay away from Reddit, by the way. I just gotta stop being on Reddit. I found somebody talking shit about me on Reddit, and I was like, okay, we gotta like disengage.
Yes.
But everybody on Reddit was like, stay away, KJ. He's a narcissist. He's just trying to win you over. And I don't think so. I think that West is like, oh my God, someone is mad at me. I got to do something about it. I don't think it's like, and I'm going to trick KJ into coming back into my web. Like, I think nobody's acting as I think that Ciara's anger at Amanda is correct. I love how Kyle is playing it. I genuinely don't think that Wes and Amanda are as diabolical as everyone's saying. I think that they are careless, and that is hurtful in a different, maybe even deeper way, just like the thoughtlessness and the carelessness. But I don't think anyone's like evil in this situation. I think Amanda's a fucked up friend, but...
Yeah, and you know what? I think everybody is allowed to label it evil if they want to. Like if you see a situation like this and be like, that's an evil, nasty bitch, and I can't imagine ever functioning around that person. Sure. I'm so glad. And again, I think like you're bringing up like Ciara had just turned 30. Like I think that she is, by the way, West is older than her. West is like 2 years older than her.
Oh, wait, I thought West was 28. Why did I think West was 28?
I think West is like 31 or 32.
And okay. Maybe he just gives off baby. You call him a tummy forward toddler.
A tummy forward toddler. He is younger than Amanda. That's the thing. Because Amanda's like 34. But I think that the takeaway I want for Ciara is that as much as people are pouring into her, as much as people are loving her right now, I think what you brought up is really great, which is unfortunately the world is the world. And the way that we as marginalized women, but especially as Black women, how you all need to navigate the world is with your eyes and ears wide open and your nose closed. Like
Yeah, your
you need
nose
to
closed and your ears and eyes open.
eyes open because you can't, because the thing is these people are pouring into you, but they will, if Bravo says Amanda and West continue to be at the summer house, all of these people will go and film with them. Think about Ariana on
Yes,
Vanderpump
they
Rules.
no, but I mean, even like just the way that Carl and Lindsay are already talking about Amanda. So Kyle is always
Yes.
going to protect Amanda. I think
Yes.
he feels guilt, whatever. But even Kyle and even Carl and Lindsay are like, oh, when the time comes, me and Amanda will have a conversation.
Yeah.
This. Because first of all, they know her longer than you. You're just never going to win on that front.
Yeah.
And then she probably fits in better in their white circles than you do. That's true. Like Lindsay and Amanda just did in the city.
Yeah.
There's just always going to be a leverage that you don't have access to, Ciara, racial or not. Sometimes racial, but also time. You
Yeah.
were cast on the show and you got brought on by a person who was cast on the show. You weren't part of the original friend group. So already you are behind the 8 ball in that
Yeah.
regard. You know what I mean? And even like for Ciara to have Black friends in that space, she had to bring them. She had to bring
Yes.
them in. Like, I guess it's wild to watch. And then even just like aside, I'm sorry, I just don't trust Jesse. I don't know why he cares this much. I like what the why are you crying, nigga? Like get that. Sorry for N words. Why are you crying? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Every single person I know, when they watched the trailer and they saw Jesse crying, everyone paused and laughed because it is absurd that Jesse is crying. Now, I will
It's
say,
crazy.
very sweet of him to cry when KJ was talking about like his mental health issues and being hospitalized. But on the topic of KJ, guys, how do I
Leave
say
the
this?
boy alone.
The
Leave
internet,
her.
okay, Ray, I have to have your opinion on this. Don't you think? Don't you
Mhm.
think that Bravo fans are like so weird about Black people on TV? Like
Yes. Okay. So
either
there's So even when Scamanda, which is a shitty name for a scandal, by the
terrible,
way,
terrible.
when it first broke, so I think I texted you, or maybe it was like a couple of other friends, but I saw all these white women doing videos like it's giving anti-black, and I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like they're like. It's like white people don't know how to be normal about Black people, right? Like it's like now you have to be the woke white bitch who spots anti-blackness on Bravo and does 10 videos on TikTok about it. And it's like, fuck, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't
And
have
so
a
then
single Black friend.
exactly. And so then like, you know how like oh my God. It's the same with like, if I could vote for Obama a third time, I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
That's how it feels when they're like, I love Mia. She is stunning and she doesn't let anybody play about Ciara. And I'm like, no, stop doing that. Just be normal.
They're like,
And
KJ, I would kill people to protect
yes, exactly. Remember how
Trump.
Amanda did that about Ciara and West? I would kill West. I would kill
Yes.
West if he hurt Ciara. I'm like, it's like you sound fucking crazy, like all of you. There's always KJ's a beautiful angel. KJ is so beautiful. And I'm like, this is so weird. You guys are being so weird. You know what I mean? It's like it's so patronizing. It's like, oh, KJ's our beautiful baby angel. And it's like, yes, KJ is clearly a very sensitive guy, but like the way that y'all are talking about him is just like, I don't trust you. I would vote for Obama for a third time if I could. It's just like,
That is
it's so
exactly that's exactly
it's
right.
so weird.
And that's the thing, like even after this whole thing broke, the way that people were talking about Ciara and the way that they are like,
I would
you know,
kill for Ciara. Fuck them.
it's
Fuck
like,
West.
and I think people don't know how to be normal about stuff in general, but I think also the internet is a place that it rewards people for their takes. I mean, I have them all the time, but I think that people are so hungry to make content that they will then like make content and be like, Sierra should be, she should host the Oscars. And you're like,
Yes,
calm
girl,
down.
girl.
Calm
Okay,
down.
this is it's. I don't have enough time on your platform to discuss it, but I might have mentioned to you my whole like swirl psychosis thing where I'm just like there's just like where it's like a beautiful dark skinned black woman will have like an interracial encounter on TV, and then like the white audience and the black audience get like weirdly obsessed with
Are you
them.
talking
Like,
about Olandria and Nick on
yes,
Love Island?
exactly. And so and then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, Landria should be on The View. She should, and it's just like, no, you don't believe that, but you're performing this
Yes.
love of this black person and it's dehumanizing in its own right. You are objectifying them. Like
Yes.
Sierra doesn't need to be at the Grammys. She can't sing, right? Like, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Sierra does not need an Oscar. She can't act. That's all right, too. You can just like the bitch. Like, you can just like her. It's okay.
Just be normal.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Her friend fucked her over. That boy fucked her over. Okay. And that was terrible. And I like her. And she's beautiful. And she's fun. And I like her costumes. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say. But then, same with KJ. KJ's a perfect angel. And if daughter hurts him, I will never forgive her. And blah, 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 blah. But then, by the same token, I'm seeing now, like, I've sent you the link to this Reddit post I saw this morning. I was like, holy shit, these people are so weird because the racism always shows up. It just always shows up.
Yeah.
They're like, KJ's been emasculated by Mia. So first of all, now we're angry black woman named Mia and emasculating the black male or whatever. All stupid stereotypes that have like really complicated legacy in American literature and fiction and media presentation. And then they're talking about his do-rag and his grills. And I'm like, are you people on drugs? Like, what is happening? And then on top of that, it's like, KJ is too sensitive for my taste. I wouldn't want to be around someone who cries that much, not because he's a boy, just I don't like tears that much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the way people are talking about his like BPD, like it's just odd. It's like no one talks about the white Bravo cast people like this. Like I'm sure any number of bitches on these shows have borderline personality disorder, but the way like people are talking about, like KJ is like very weird. I think he shouldn't be on TV only because like if someone taped their first season of reality television, right, and then self-harmed, had to be in the hospital for a week, and then was in recovery for a month, or I think a couple months, like he said. And that was even before the show aired, before you even got like feedback. Like, I just think that for me, if something were to happen to him, I would say that Bravo is exploitative. So that's why I think he shouldn't be on TV. But like, just the way that people are now like picking apart his relationship and his brain and the way that he responds to things and like his relationship to Sierra, and like I'm so uncomfortable with it. It's just like, you just can't trust white people with black people. You just can't. It's like,
They don't know how to act. Like, it's very strange. And I will say this also, I think that there is a pocket of people that are so impressed. Like you were talking about like the swirl thing, like the swirl psychosis. I see how people are behaving with the Ben and Bailey thing, right? Like Bailey made a stupid comment and she behaved poorly, and Ben I think he overstepped the way he went in the room and like kind of like lingered while she was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then he was like, didn't just take the sorry. He like continued on,
Can I argue with you on that for just real quick?
Yeah.
You know what I hate? This is a me thing though. You know what I hate? When someone apologizes before I'm finished being mad. I hate that so much.
Okay, no,
I hate that so much. When
fair.
Someone's like, okay, I'm sorry, but I didn't finish getting it out, I get so mad.
Okay, no, I get it.
Let me finish being mad first, then you can apologize. Because I remember thinking this. Like, I saw someone post today, like, oh, I didn't like that after she apologized, he didn't take it. He just kept berating her. We can say the same about Ciara on the couch. Amanda and West apologized right away, but people want Ciara to be able to get to say what she wants to say. So how come Ben can't be like, bitch, you was wildin'? He didn't even say it like that, because I would say it like that, but he's a man, so he can't say it like that. But like, she was wildin'. I feel like people are overcorrecting with Bailey on that one, to be honest.
Okay, so I think that Bailey is a weirdo.
She's very weird.
She's very weird.
Like her. She makes me uncomfortable, to be honest.
She is very awkward and she's very weird, and I can totally see why people find her to be off-putting. However,
she's off-putting, and I normally like quirky, but her quirky doesn't work for me for some reason.
Her quirky is it's like and this sounds very offensive to my friends from the theater, but it's very theater kid, and I don't like it. Like in a weird in like not even it's like theater kid who was like in the lighting department. Like you weren't even on stage. You know what I mean? Like it's very strange that way. So I can see why Bailey is annoying. I can also see that everybody is like, fuck this white woman who fucked over. And again, this is how people are weird about Ciara. Fuck this white woman who fucked over Ciara, a black woman, right? And so now you're mad at all white women, and then you're taking that anger at white women. And look, I am chief operating officer of the I Hate White Women.
Fuck these white girls.
Yeah, fuck these white girls club. But they're like so mad that they're like, Ben, we're so sorry that people are behaving this way. Ben, you are not aggressive. Ben, you establish boundaries, and I was like, guys, calm down. Again, just be normal about stuff.
Well, I think along the lines of what I think you're getting at, but I'm going to say it differently because I'm a black lady. So I'm going to say it a little differently. But I feel like, and maybe people are going to be annoyed at me for saying this, but it's like every interaction is not a, like, what is that called? It's like a synecdoche, where like something is small but it means something bigger, or whatever. I'm like remembering like
you're a writer girl, not me.
But it's like, you know, when you say White House, and that means the administration, not the actual White House building, but it also means the White House building, that kind of thing. Whatever device of English language that is, that's what I mean. Not everything is a microcosm that's like reflective of the macro, right? Yeah. Like Bailey spoke out of turn about a situation. To me, it's as simple as, I don't know you like that, so why are you trying to make it hot that I like my friend's missus? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think it's as simple as that. You awkward weirdo, why the fuck did you say that? You making me look crazy on TV about my friend's girl at her anniversary party, and I'm mad about it because, like Bailey said, I got a girl at home, stop playing.
Yeah.
And then Bailey, because she's awkward, wanted to apologize quickly to get the conversation over with, but your boy was still mad. And I think that is just it. I think maybe there's a conversation to be had about how Ben talks to women in general. I'm not gonna argue that that's, you know, not true. I'm looking at my hair; it's like frizzing up. I relaxed my hair recently. Sorry,
you're good.
Like, I
you're
don't
all
know what
good.
to do with my hair. Anyway, but like, I don't think that this needs to be a dissertation on white women, Emmett Tilling, you know, Ben.
Thank you.
And I also don't think that this means that Ben wants to like shove knives up vaginas or something. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. And this happens a lot on Housewives. I've actually never seen it happen on the other shows, but it's starting to seep into the like not Housewives Bravo shows, where it's like, oh, you've been reading Reddit. Oh, you've been reading Twitter. Oh, you've been reading threads. And so now you're bringing conversations that weirdos are having on the internet. Because regardless of how you feel about Ben and Bailey, regardless of how you feel about that, the way Shorty talked to him on the reunion was wild. Nothing warranted how she bugged out. And I know that you don't care because men should always be uncomfortable. Fine. Yes. But like the way she responded to him was so outsized. Nothing anybody said on that couch warranted. Shut the fuck up. You fucking reprimand women. I don't like how you talk to Sabrina. Like, girl, what?
It was funny because Ben was like,
I did not think it came out of fucking nowhere. I was like, what is this bitch on about? Like,
it was funny because it was like they were like, oh, like Ben, why did you, you know, whatever. And then Ben could have just said, I didn't like the joke. It pissed me off. That's why I reacted that way. But instead he was like, well, I didn't really even know Bailey and like we never
But that's
spoke. And
true. He didn't know her. She was
so
like, me and you and KJ had a conversation. Yeah, we hung out one weekend for our job, bitch. You don't get to tell people I want to fuck my homie's wife because of it. Like that.
well,
Like this is
I hope
crazy. To me, that was crazy.
I hope we do circle back on it though, because then Amanda did say in the confessional that he did want to fuck her.
Yes, but we also know what kind of shit Amanda's on. You know what I mean?
I know.
Because then when she got confronted, she played very stupid, didn't she? Didn't
Yes,
she?
she did. She
She
did.
did, and then apologized very weirdly to his girlfriend, didn't she? Now, see, I think the girlfriend's weird too. I think all them niggas is weird. I'm just saying, that I just didn't understand why Bailey has such a battery in her back. It was just crazy. It was just like a flash of heat for like 3 minutes. I was like, where did this come from? Why are we so mad? And then the thing that bothered me was like, Andy was the one who asked this stupid question. He was like,
Yes.
how come you thought it was hot when Carl did it, but not Ben? And then Ben's stupid ass was like, yeah. And then she's like, because he wasn't talking to a woman, you dumb fuck. And I feel like, why are all of us on 10 right now?
Yeah, Andy's such a jackass for asking that question. Like,
Like,
you
what?
wanted to fuck Carl when he yelled. It's like, that's not the
I
yelling.
was like, yeah, because Carl was yelling at a man. He was yelling at a man. But see, that's another thing that's bothering me. Carl is getting away with some bullshit with that fight because he wasn't mad for Amanda. He was mad because his bar didn't get invested in. And now, everyone is just like piggybacking off of this scenario and just getting their shit off. And I'm like, no, Carl was being a dickhead in that moment. Like, he's like, fuck you loser. And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, you 6'5" dad. Just still, this was so stupid. Like, all of it was so dumb. Because and that's also why it's so annoying. Like, fuck you, West and Amanda, for doing this, because now everyone gets to lay their bullshit at your feet. Now we don't have to talk about the fact that Carl, passive aggressive Carl, who let Lindsay get reamed out by Kyle that whole summer over like his job and everything like that, because Carl is soft like his bar and doesn't know how to speak up for himself. So now Carl uses Amanda as the reason to go after Kyle when he was really mad about an investment and a missed like birthday text or something like this, or anniversary text. And then now he looked like a fucking dummy on the episode, but since everybody's mad at Amanda and West, now he gets to pretend, oh, I regret jumping in for Amanda. Nigga, you didn't jump in for Amanda. You jumped in for yourself.
Yeah.
Same with Lindsay. Now, Lindsay, you started the fight. You started the fight at the table. I loved it, but you started the fight at the table. But now we all mad at West. Now we mad at West. So nobody gets to be like, Lindsay, you did too much at that dinner. Like, you did too much at dinner. It's just, I hate like that. I hate what Amanda and Wes did just for their friends, the people they hurt. And then also just like everyone gets to ignore their own bullshit because now we focus on some dumb shit there was before the scandal, there was so much to talk about from the season. And now we're not going to touch none of it. We're not going to touch none of it. Because
and the thing is,
we're not going to touch that Bailey lied about Dara and Ben because we still just want to talk about West and Amanda. Yeah. He's still putting timelines together. And Carl, and I don't know why, like, I mean, I'm Team Lindsay, so I haven't had the most patience for Carl after the way he handled their breakup. But, like, I do think it's, like, so weird. Like, why are you on West's ass like that? Like, why are you on West's ass like that? Like, I'm dead ass. Like, I know you and I talked about it earlier, like, yesterday, but I was like, friends secretly fuck friends in friend groups all the time. Like, so what is Carl mad about? Is he mad that Wes lied to him? Is he mad that Wes lied to Kyle? Is he mad that Wes lied to Ciara? Why isn't he mad at Amanda, but he needs space from Amanda, but he's not mad at Wes? I mean, but he's not mad at her. He just needs space, but he's more mad. Like, what are you mad about? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's just getting their shit off. It just feels so weird. And you've also mentioned this too. It's like everyone wants a scandal so bad, and I just don't see that that's what's happening here.
Yeah, I think that those are really good points. I think that they are all kind of jumping on it in the same way that with Scandival, like we allowed James Kennedy to continue to be on our TV for like another season and a
Yes.
half after this, and it's like then that man got
Yeah, while you was
arrested.
abusing your girlfriend the whole time.
Exactly. And so it's like we get to look over all of the other shitty things that happen. And to some degree, like we're looking over the fact that like Kyle really was a shitty husband. Like
He
Kyle,
was. It's so weird to me that everyone is like acting like he's like Amanda's always been wrong, and it's just like I'm sorry to have interrupted you, but it's
yeah.
just so it's so weird. It's like, okay, if you found out that someone who got murdered was a thief, all of a sudden they weren't murdered. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, also sometimes people murder fucked up people, but they still did murder them. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
and the fact, to me, the fact that Kyle is being kind to Amanda speaks to him knowing that he contributed to the toxicity that was their marriage. And so it's so, and this goes back to my squirrel psychosis thing again. It's so tangential and would take so long to explain to your audience or whatever. So feel free to cut it or whatever. But it's just like all of a sudden we are like hyper praising, we're like over praising this white boy who showed some concern for Sierra's feelings or whatever. And it's like, Kyle's always been very attractive. Okay, yes, and he's a handsome man who called his wife a dumb bitch. Like ugly niggas treat women like shit. Fine niggas treat women like shit too. Like I don't. Are you kidding me? Like you think I got hurt? You think my feelings got hurt by an ugly motherfucker? No, this motherfucker was beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
like he's still
Yeah.
trying. Like I just don't understand that, and it's weird, and I don't know how to say this without coming off controversial, but and please, you can disavow me for this. I've been noticing this. Um, there is and this is not me defending white women, I promise, but there is a weird agreement every other demographic has to pile on white women. And I think it's misogynistic. You know what I mean? Like there's like if you like I noticed it first in stand-up comedy and I'm noticing it in this reaction to this scandal. But Black people have jokes about white women. White men have jokes about white women. Indian men have jokes about white women. Latino men have jokes about like every demographic has jokes about white women. And it's a way for men to get their misogyny off without having to be accountable because we call white women Karens or whatever. And yes, there are white women Karen, for sure. But a lot of people get to hide their misogyny in that because we've designated white women as the safe group to go after. And so it's crazy to me because I'm watching people act like Kyle is a saint because we've all agreed that Amanda's a fucked up white woman. And then we're all pretending that Carl ain't. We're on Carl 15.0 right now. Did people forget who the fuck Carl was? You know what I'm saying? And then West is skating by. He just gets to look dumb and shit while everybody's yelling at Amanda on the couch. I'm not here like trying to cape for white women. I just think it's convenient. Like it's so easy for all of us to collectively dump on that, you know?
I think that there are pockets of like existing on social media or engaging online or like pop culture in general creates these like little vehicles and like pockets of space where people get to have like takes that kind of help them skate out of doing the work to figure out what it is that they actually believe in, right? So going like so hard for Sierra after the thing happened. Meanwhile, they didn't follow her, they didn't watch the show,
Yeah.
they don't
I
know
saw
anything
people
about her.
begging to get her to 1 million followers. You know, up until 2 weeks ago, Amanda was the most followed person on the show.
Right,
So
exactly.
interrogate that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it's
Instead of
like
being like, yes, I would kill for Sierra.
that's what I'm saying. Like people find these pockets of pop culture to like glob onto and talk about that makes them feel like they are not problematic, but they're
Yeah,
not doing
absolutely.
the actual work to figure out whether or not the things that they're saying or the things that they truly believe are real or not. Because also when it's like somebody on TV or like a show or a reality TV person, they get to have opinions about those people a little bit removed from their life.
Yeah,
And they get to
absolutely.
be like, oh, I have an opinion about this thing. And so therefore I am a good person who's like not
Yeah.
racist and this and that. But
It's
it's
this
like
performance of
yeah,
morality for sure.
exactly. And but like in real life, they're not doing the work to figure out
Yeah.
whether or not they actually believe those things. So they get to exist in the world thinking that they're not problematic and that they have good takes, but you're not actually engaging in real life in situations where you're going to have to do the work to figure out who you are and what you actually believe in. Like
Yeah.
even with this Ben and Bailey thing, right? This like jumping at like, oh, like Bailey is wrong because she reminds me of Amanda. No, Bailey,
Hmm.
you can't do that, guys. Those are two separate people.
Hmm.
Bailey is annoying and weird. We just established it. Ben also does not speak nicely to Sabrina. I clocked it a long time ago. I don't like the way he talks to her. Anytime he posts about her online, he's like, "Look at her, she's so beautiful," and like that's all he ever says
She's
about
a
her.
doll, okay?
She's
She's a
yeah,
doll.
like it's another like weird situation like that, right? And like I think that like when I say like I don't think that it's ever a good idea to vouch for a man on reality TV, guys. Like but in general, all people on reality TV are not necessarily going to it's never going to end up in the way that you like if you pour yourself and make yourself look like an asshole online by like defending a person online, they will
Mhm.
let you down the following week. Like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
do I think that Ben is like hitting women? No.
No.
But I think that if a man hit a woman, Ben would ask that man if that woman was annoying. And I think that Ben is the kind of guy that was like, I mean, I like comedians, but I don't really like girl comedians. Like he seems like that kind of guy to me. You know
Ooh.
what I mean? Like he's like, yeah, like I like
Well,
girls,
even the
but like,
way he said, I just thought of Amanda as one of the guys. It's like, no, the fuck you didn't. Did you talk about
yeah,
skinny dipping with her? What the fuck are we
yeah.
talking about
Look
here?
at those cans. You're gonna say
Yeah.
she's one of the
I mean,
guys.
I like Amanda's titty shit, you know? Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
why is she hiding them at this reunion? We gotta explain why West fucked up his whole life for this, you know?
Yeah, they honestly they looked very small. I was like,
They
what's
look
going
small.
on?
As someone who, my friend calls me sneaky big titties because I
Yeah.
have double D's, but you can't tell.
Mhm.
And sometimes my outfits will make me look like a B cup ass bitch, and I didn't gain all this post 30 weight for my titties to look like they're B's. So Amanda, show them shits. We earned it.
But you know what? White women, some white women, they like lose weight when they're depressed. And I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Do
So,
you think? Do you? I know, right? Because all my depression, I won't even be eating, but my stomach still gets bigger. It just
yep,
expands from the air and shit. What you mean,
it,
you scary? You
it's like
skinny
the
now? What
stress.
you mean?
Yeah, no, the stress and inflammation in like brown bodies, like black and brown bodies, immediately is like 45 pounds. Like
Honestly,
immediately.
you know
Immediately.
what? You know why I have double D's now? I think they're triple D's to be honest. But the reason I have double D's is because a boy hurt my feelings in 2020. That's why the fuck I have titties now. What do you mean? You only have titties if a boy hurts your feelings or you breastfeed in children. There's no in between with me. You know what I mean? Like, but
Mhm.
I guess I just wish the internet would be uh, less weird. So I think and I'm of the. We're gonna like you and I. We're gonna get like some genius is gonna do a study, and in 20 years, everything that you and I have said, because we're geniuses too, is just
Mhm.
gonna be proven
Correct.
by peer research
Yes.
scientists. But peer-reviewed scientific studies, but it's just like the way that social media has made us like obsessed with ourselves. Like human beings have always been navel gazing and self-obsessed and all that. That's true, but the even if you aren't making money by commodifying yourself on social media, you are still creating commodity. It's so bizarre that like as soon as you have a cell phone, you are a brand. No matter what you are, who you are, what you
Mhm.
do. The fact that even you and I, who are just like dorks who love reality TV, can be public facing people for talking
Mhm.
about that. Like that is a bizarre thing. None of us should know more than 200 people total in our lives,
Correct.
but we have access to thousands of people regularly. That is not normal. It's not normal for the human brain. And so then you get obsessed with what you look like to people online, how what you discuss makes you look to people online, conversation. And so then even if you are moving altruistically, like even the way I talk about Ciara here with you, I'm being careful not to choose certain words because I don't want people to say certain things about
Yeah.
me in response to how I feel about her. We're all sort of like curating ourselves and performing something. And so then
Yeah.
it's weird because instead of just that being that, we've sort of taken it to the next level where like now we're canceling people to sort of expunge or like purge ourselves of this bad feeling we don't want to contend with about ourselves, right? Like we're just like, we're like, okay, because let's be real, I'll be honest. It's never been anything like this, but I would say it's more of a Lindsay, Carl, Danielle thing than a Amanda West and Ciara thing. But I've definitely been a Danielle, right? Where I was dating the guy first, or maybe I was closer to him, but he got serious with a friend of mine, and then I might have dipped in and out, like,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, I was in high school, like Lindsay said, but like
Yeah.
that has happened to me. Or like I've done things where like I was hooking up with this guy, this girl, actually it's the same guy, two crazy different situations. What was I doing? Anyway, this guy, like I remember, yeah, like he dated a friend of mine, and then we had hooked up. He dated a friend of mine, then and then they broke up. Then he and I were secretly dating. I've done that. I've also that same person. We were like secretly dating. Then he cheated on me with a girl. She and I became friends. I hooked up with her, and then they both dropped me to get with each other. And
Okay. Wow.
then like all of this stupid shit has happened. So it's just like weird to me because I do think like the internet is acting like, see, she sounded fucking stupid, Amanda, where she was like, so no one has ever fallen for someone they shouldn't have fallen for. Like she sounded so dumb, but
Yeah.
I also think that there's some truth to it. I mean, like, I guess what's so shocking about all this is just how hard it has hit the Bravo sphere. Because remember when, Jax and Kristen and Tom and what's her name, Stassi, they were switching off all the time. Like, I'm so shocked that this is such a scandal, and I think it is. This is going to sound contradictory. I think it's this big a scandal because Ciara is black. So while Ciara is being dismissed because she's black, the overcompensation that other people are doing to not look anti-black have made this a bigger story than it is, right?
Yes.
And then also, then you add on top of it, and this is something I struggle with as like a Black Bravo fan, because I think my relationship to Bravo is very different than a lot of like Black Bravo fans, in that a lot of Black Bravo fans only watch the black shows or only watch shows with black people on them. And I watch everything. So like for me, my brain just sort of like, well, these are the rules of reality TV, right? We all fuck each other's exes. We live in this stupid house. We party this way, whatever, which isn't to make it okay. Just sort of like, I watched Vanderpump Rules and Kristen and Stassi figured it out, right? You know what I mean? But because when you have like an injection of super performatively woke white people taking up for the black girl, and then also black people who don't watch Summer House otherwise coming in to watch to protect the black girl, it's almost like these people that are new to the show or new to describing it or discussing it are like injecting a societal importance that isn't quite there all the time. Some of it matters. Like I said, I don't know that West would treat a white girl the way that he's handled Ciara, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did also. And I don't know that Amanda's dismissive of Ciara in a way she wouldn't be with a white woman, but I don't know so. And I think that Ciara's low racial self-esteem sort of lent her to this situation in a way that it probably wouldn't if the man was black. West could not have done to Ciara what he did, this is my opinion. Your audience doesn't have to agree with you. I don't think Ciara would have let a black man get away with what West did. So that's also on Ciara too. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that there's some of that is all true. And then also, people are putting too much importance importance on it. What do you mean you binge watched 10 years of a reality TV show because you wanted to defend the black girl at the reunion? Like, that is crazy, but I've seen people saying they're doing that. And so while I do think that like reality TV, this is a monologue that should have ended 10 minutes ago, but I know that like I like reality TV because I do like watching human behavior or whatever, but I also think that like there is something.
Spring isn't just about clearing clutter, it's about changing the air. Pura makes it easy to refresh your space, your mindset, and how your home feels with transportive fragrances inspired by a terrace in Santorini, a French lavender field, and more. Get started with a free Pura Plus diffuser when you subscribe to 2 cents monthly for a year. Shop now at pura.com.
In us as the audience that like is rooting for people. You know, I've talked to you a lot about power and dynamics, racial dynamics and power and how it manifests for Black people in white spaces, and people are doing that. I think like, you know, like Trump is in office, right? So we need to see the Black girl in the white space win. You know what I mean? Maybe if Biden was still president, we'd be a little bit easier on the situation. You know what I mean? You know, like I just think that everything is, you know, all of it is happening.
I think that it all blends into each other. It's like how what we're viewing outside happen in real life, like on our streets, actually in our towns, is going to bleed into what we're watching on television, right? And like I think that there's another component about why people are so upset about this, which is that the Summer House cast is liberal. These are West is, you know, people got mad at
He's
me
a
because I
wigger.
said
That's another thing. See, that's the conversation I want to have, where a white boy has like a sliver of swag and puts on some wiggish shit, and then he whatever. Anyway, that's another thing.
But like West, right? They were like, when I called him a tummy forward toddler, everybody was like, you're body shaming him. And by the way, do you know that his mom is a gynecologist? Yeah. They're like, his mom is an OBGYN. And he said fuck ICE. And he votes blue. Like, how could you body shame him, right? And it's like, calm down. Calm down, everybody.
Yeah.
People who vote Democrat are also pieces of shit. Like that does not absolve you of doing bad things to people, right? And it's like that type of existence in the world right now, I think like is also adding to the whole Summer House thing, because it's like Summer House is like the diverse show. It wasn't like which it wasn't. It really wasn't. Like Danielle is a Latina who like got on the show, right? And like it was different than Vanderpump Rules and all these things, right? But it's like
but like, was it? Because God forgive me, Danielle's life seems pretty white to me. It's not for me to say, right? I'm not Latina, but has she brought a brown friend anywhere around this cast?
Right. It's like we've seen, and I think it's also because like Summer House has had like a few conversations about race that was like received very well by
bare minimum. That were bare minimum.
Exactly.
All Kyle did was like, there, Sierra, and now he's the white Jesus. It's crazy.
And so I think like we sometimes see people do like the bare minimum on TV, and then we're like, they certainly could never do anything to harm another person. And it's like, no, these people are not incapable of hurting each other's feelings. They're not incapable of doing bad things. Sierra is beloved right now, absolutely beloved right now. But in 2-3 years, if she does something to piss off the audience, they're going to turn on her, because at the end of the day, she is still a Black woman in America. Like, and I think that's like the complex relationship I have with like even the fandom is like what we were talking about. It's like the overcompensation. And then also I've been saying this since this whole thing is like, I'm so glad that Sierra has the opportunities that she's getting right now, but there's also a reason why she didn't have them until she was suffering.
Girl, the fact that, I was thinking about this because it blew my mind, because by far my favorite cast member on the show is Lindsay, but I know that people don't like an aggressive woman, so it didn't surprise me that she only had like 700,000 followers on Instagram, right? And Paige left the show, but Paige has the biggest following by far. But when the scandal broke, like I went to look at Instagram, and it blew my mind that Amanda was the only person on the show with over 1 million. And that I saw people like going on Reddit, like get Sierra to 1 million. And it's like, oh, so you want Ciara to get to 1 million to spite Amanda. It's not because you give a fuck about Ciara. You know what I mean? And I just thought it was so strange. It didn't bother me that Ciara didn't have all these opportunities because, you know, your audience, again, is more than welcome to disagree with me, but I find her boring. I don't think she's interesting. I don't think she's a great reality TV star. I have not liked her since she joined the show. I just think, but I also hate Paige, right? Not hate, but I do enjoy, I just didn't like that crew, right? And I don't even like Amanda, to be honest. I do think she's hot, though. I do like her tits. But I find it so obnoxious, yes, that you are rewarding this girl for her embarrassment, her humiliation. You are like paying her in brand deals and whatever because she finally was humiliated on television. And I do think, for what it's worth, although I don't think that all of her rage is warranted, I do think it's weird that I will say that I am shocked by how quickly this week in particular. So we saw the preview for the reunion last week, and then this week we saw the first episode of the reunion. And while I think that Ciara looks stupid and I think she's overreacting on some things, I am surprised by how fast already some of the white audience is like, okay, girl, give it up. It's like, we gave you 4 weeks, Negrass, get over it.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like that is my actual concern and fear for Ciara is that
But
I
she has
have
to be
been,
careful.
yeah, like I've
Close your nose. Stop
close your
thinking.
nose.
She better not think that this is real love. Is what I
Yes,
would
and that's
say.
what I'm saying. Like, I think that is what makes me worry for her because this whole scenario is 20s problem. These are problems that you have in your 20s. We all experience it. And then in our 30s, we put all of our walls up and we don't talk to anybody and we say, fuck everyone. And we go to therapy and we get on antidepressants. And then at some point in our late 30s, you go, I cannot live in a world where I just have my walls up all the time. I need to figure out how to exist where I don't take any one person being nice to me as this is the person that is going to be the center of my world. And like you start to navigate life where you're like, I know how to establish boundaries. I know how to be close to somebody one day and then also need space from them the next day. Like those are normal things that nuance happens as you grow up. And I hope that like the whirlwind of everything that she's about to jump into, she kind of pauses and realizes that these people are not necessarily rooting for you
They're
because
using you.
they're using you. Bravo is using you. Peacock is using you.
Yes,
Dancing
Bravo
with the
is using
Stars is
her.
using you. Like all these shows are Love Island is using you. Like
Lindsay's using you. Carl
Lindsay's
is
losing you.
using you.
And that's not because I think that Ciara is an idiot who doesn't know better, but I think that it's a genuine concern that I have for her because she did let Austin and West happen to her. And so it
Yeah.
makes me worry about
She's
her
gonna
in
let
that
more
way.
shit happen to her.
Yeah.
Right.
And also it's because I've existed as a Bravo fan for 20 fucking years and I know what the fucking audience looks like. To your
Yeah.
point, after a month, them being like, well, that was a little harsh what you said, Ciara. Like
Yeah,
you do
because
need to get over
I
that.
was looking at the show and I was like, no, I mean, I think she sounds stupid in some of these arguments, but I didn't hear anything that made me go, how dare she? You know, I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, the worst thing she said was, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny. But like, I was so shocked. Like, okay, for example, so I deactivated Twitter. But unfortunately for me, I have so many backup accounts. I have like a Finsta, I have a fake Twitter, I even have a fake Threads that I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize I had this. But you know, I'll deactivate something. I'll deactivate like Threads or Twitter, and I'll be like, oh wait, there's still an account in this app. Let's go. So on my Finsta Twitter, I'm always looking for people who have. I'm always looking to see if anyone agrees with me, right? So
Okay.
I'll go on to the Summer House hashtag, and I'll type in Ciara West, Ciara Amanda, just to see what people are saying. And I'm always like, yeah, finally someone fucking agrees with me, and it'll be somebody who'll be like, yeah, like Amanda was fucked up, but isn't everybody overreacting about this? And I'm like, yes, I feel seen. And then I'll go to the profile and it'll be the most racist shit. I'm like, fuck!
That's what I'm saying.
It's never anyone being like, yeah, I mean, Wes was fucked up and Amanda was fucked up too, but Sierra's overreacting. I mean, like, he did, like, they haven't hooked up for 3 years. Like, that's all I want. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see. But then it's always like, and that's why she can't keep a man, and that's why her father doesn't fuck with her. And it's like, wait, why are we talking about her family? Why did we go here? Why are we doing fatherless black women shit? That's not what I signed up for.
That's what I'm saying. And then the fear is that if you say it or if I say it, suddenly that racist person is going to use your words as a black woman and go, I co-signed because Rae Sanni said that Sierra's
going
annoying.
on the file files.
Oh, yeah, that fucking guy.
Because I did not know that he had spent all year shitting on. See, I don't listen to that podcast. You think I'm listening to a straight white man talk about reality TV? I know there's that Bravo Bros show, but I didn't listen. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't know. And then after the fact, or as he was introducing me on the podcast, he was like, "Oh well, you know, I like searched Sierra on Twitter and I saw your tweets, and so I invited you." And then it clicked. I was like, "Oh, he's like a nigga is saying this shit that I want to say." Then I was like, "Oh fuck!" But I was already on the show, and then I thought I was gonna get paid, but I got paid in exposure. Anyway, so like.
But like, guys, stop listening to the Vile Files. Okay, that's what we're saying. Fuck those guys.
But it was just so. It's just like it's like really. I almost feel like a black Republican, but not quite that. But just sort of just like, you know, where where you're like where you're like, no, like, I hate George W. Bush, but he had the right idea, but this one thing, you know. But it's like you can't, you know. It's like, oh, I love when he like sits next to Michelle Obama at funerals and
they like Kiki
and eats candy, but then you're like, fuck no, but he like blew up the whole Middle East. It's just like,
it's like the same way with Obama, right? Like if I ever say like, if ever anybody's like, well, Obama actually dropped the most drones in his 8 years as president, people are like, oh, so like what, you think like he should, so you voted for Trump? And you're like, no. I'm simply pointing out that nobody here is perfect and they have all done crimes.
Right. And I think, and you know, I think about this often too, and it's so great that you use that example, especially as like a Muslim woman, where it's just like, it's like, what are the stakes, right? Like, what is the value in me criticizing this person of color or this black person in public? Like, how important is it for me to say this? And sometimes I do, like, especially with Sierra, but I think with Sierra in relation to all the ways that black women are obsessed about or talked about on TV, and, you know, again, my scroll psychosis, which I promise I'll eventually write an essay so that you guys can understand fully what I mean. I'm not being a dickhead, but it's just like, what is the value in saying this? Like, is it helpful for me to say Sierra looks stupid while she also probably, you know, is having to deal with what is probably an onslaught of racist opinions. Like I said, I go on Twitter and it's like, and that's why her daddy don't like her. And I'm like, why are we here? But then at the same time, I like want to make sure that the conversation is tempered, because I think sometimes people don't always earn our racial defense of them. And I will continue to go back to this one scene with Tiara, which made me go, okay, fuck this. I'm not with her on this. Which was when, you know, she, KJ, and Mia had that conversation about being black on Summer House. And she says to Wes, like, you made it difficult for me because a lot of people are saying, how are you going to let this white boy play in your face? And I think that's like worth saying to Wes, like, hey, when you embarrass me, there's a quadruple embarrassment on this because I'm a black woman. Like, you have to be careful with me. You need to be careful to handle me because dating, essentially what she's saying is dating interracially in public is not for the faint of heart. And I agree with her. That's absolutely true. But when I turned on her for good was when she went in the confessional and she was all like, you can't help who you love, and I'm tired of people saying you let this white boy play in your face. You can't help who you love. She's crying, and I'm like, you're talking to black people. You're not talking to white people. She wasn't saying back up off of me, let me make mistakes, right? Like she was admonishing people for saying you can't let this white boy play in your face.
Yeah.
But that's black people saying that to you. White people would never say that to you.
Yeah.
And it bothered me. It really pissed me off because here we are trying to protect you. We're saying this man called you a Jezebel to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Austin had you throwing glasses at bitches. You know what I mean? And he didn't respect you one bit. You came on and that whole Luke situation looked crazy. And here's Wes doing you. And you have the wherewithal to know that it looks bad because it looks twice as bad, 3 times as bad because he's white. And so the humiliation is exacerbated. And instead of just taking the lesson and being like, okay, I'm going to have to maneuver differently, you admonished us, the black audience, in your confessional. That, for me, made me go, okay, fuck this bitch. She wanted, she could have it. Go, let this nigga embarrass you. Go ahead. Let him do it.
I think it's complicated also when like you just like talking about reality TV in general. Bravo's been doing this thing basically since 2020, since people complained about like the diversity on Bravo, where every few years they added Garcelle to Beverly Hills. Like they add people, right? And I think like we all as people of color see a person of color on TV around a bunch of white people and say, I'm going to go to bat for this person because it's probably really difficult for them to be in a
Of
room
course.
full of white people, right? But there is something cringe that happens when you see a person, and I'm not a black woman, but when you see a person from your community, or a person of color, whatever, go into white spaces, and it feels after a little while that they are vying for their spot in the white space, because I think our core says, fuck that white space. It shouldn't exist. You don't have to play for that. Like, you don't have to grovel for scraps for these people, right? And I think that there is like that like cognitive dissonance of, I think that you deserve a spot here because you are great, but I also don't need you to be like fighting with them to just have scraps, to be the one black person on a TV show.
Right. Well,
And
so that goes
yeah.
into like, sorry.
No,
Please,
that's
I
okay.
apologize. No, remember I sent you like a 10,000 minute voice note about this where it was like, where I had seen someone post on threads, like bring back Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, and put make the cast start with Ciara, KJ, and Mia, and all these black people, white people, all these black people that Bravo has been building their white shows on. And that infuriated me because it was like, black representation on television shouldn't be reparations for when black people lose fights in white shows. Like there was a black show, Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, and for whatever logistical reasons, it didn't work out well in terms of what they could film, how they could film it, et cetera, et cetera. The show got canceled, but it also got canceled because the ratings were low. So there was a black show with black American people who functioned in more ostensibly black American ways. They went to HBCUs. They were partying in Martha's Vineyard in Oak Bluffs, where that's a historically black enclave. There was a black show made with that black intention, and no one watched it. And then you're saying now that the solution to Ciara and Garcelle and people like them having a hard time in white spaces is to give them a black show's reparations? No, you should have wanted the black show anyway. And so like this, and it's like, this goes back to like the power thing, I think, that is so frustrating to me. I'm someone who believes that if Ciara were cast on a predominantly black show, she would not be popular, which is fine. That's okay. That's okay. We should support the black people who are having a hard time in white spaces. But I don't like the coddling. I don't like the overcompensating. I don't like the dismissing that. To me, Ciara is somebody who doesn't choose to be ostensibly in community with the rest of us. How surprised I was to find out that she and Mio had been friends before the show. Because you could not have told me that she has black girlfriends. If you look at her Instagram, all this, she's in community with white people a lot. I know it's difficult. I knew she grew up in a in a diverse space. Like, I understand that, but I also think it's worth discussing how Ciara shows up in herself blackly on this show, and why sometimes the overprotection that some people have for her isn't warranted, or at least, let me say it better, that if I don't feel the need to overprotect her, that I am not lacking in my blackness for doing so when I've observed something that I find off-putting. The way that Mia seems to be in community with other black people works for me better than the way Ciara seems to be in community with black people. If I like, yeah, I just, even just the way, like, Ciara joined the show in the COVID season.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear boo about George Floyd. Nothing. You know what I mean? I think that stuff matters, and so it does matter in my reception of her, especially in this quote unquote scandal. And I know that that is a lot to put on a person who just wants to be themselves on TV, and that really sucks for her, and it sucks for her, and it sucks that I'm saying it, but it's just true. I think things are just true. America's racist. Being black is difficult in public. It's really difficult on television. You got to move a certain way, and I prefer for my black public figures to move a certain way. And so how Ciara moves sometimes is off-putting to me. I don't think she deserves to be dragged. I don't think she's a shitty person. But I reserve the right to be disappointed in her, and I reserve the right to be disappointed in how she shows up for herself. And I maintain that I don't have to stick up for her blackly the way that a lot of people want us to, because I don't think she sticks up for herself blackly. And maybe she needs the grace and the time to get there. And it looks like she's getting there. My friend Ira wrote this really awesome essay about learning to like love himself blackly, even though he like had to be professionally in white spaces a lot. And he articulated something, and maybe I'm being harsh, but I think I learned my lesson a long time ago. So I'm just kind of like maybe unfairly like looking at her and going, why haven't you learned it yet? But like Ira wrote a really gracious, like nice essay about how long it took for him to learn how to be in community with black people, and how to see my white workspace as just work, and not be misunderstand how much these white people value me in this place or whatever. And it sucks for her to be learning that on TV. So I'll give her that grace. But outside of that, she just isn't for me. You know what I mean? And so I hope your audience doesn't think I'm a coon. I think I'm not cooning. I'm just not having the patience that other people have, for the same reason that people do have. We're just approaching it from different angles.
Well, I will say this, that all of Rae's opinions are pretty much very similar to Ira Madison III's opinions. And Ira doesn't get dragged as much as Rae does. And
he doesn't. I think that men get away with a lot of stuff, but he's also also Ira is better at being like famous, right? Like Ira is like Ira's like in these people's like friend, like he has friends in like that circle. You know what I mean? Like he was at dinner with Ciara a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So like he doesn't say things as harshly as I do, but I don't know these niggas. Like Ira has brought me around to like watch what happens live, and I've been like around Andy Cohen and like some people or whatever. But Ira's so good at like being a socialite and on the scene or whatever, and I just be like, I'm awkward, you know.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the strawberry watermelon refresher and the mango pineapple refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? Try them all now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine. Copyright 2026, The Coca-Cola Company. Sprite is a registered trademark of The Coca-Cola Company.
Well, the bottom line here is, guys, is that nobody on TV is perfect. Okay. You can be totally normal about how you support these people. And I think that when you hear somebody say, yeah, it sucks what happened to her, but she's just not for me, it doesn't mean that they like hate her, or that they just don't, that they don't support this black woman on television.
Or that because I'm Nigerian, I don't like black Americans. I've been getting that one a lot.
That's like
getting that one a lot.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys, I'm so scared because Love Island is back next week, and they just had
Oh
to
my
post that whole thing being like, "Hey guys, like just
Can
be
you
nice and
imagine?
normal."
Yeah,
Oh my
but
god.
the TV show had to be like, "Hey, don't be weird." Like that, like, and I'm like, isn't it embarrassing for you as the audience to receive that note? That like Peacock had to be like, "Hey, don't harass please don't harass the people we cast on this show." I wonder if that's because the demographics, we've been talking so long, I apologize, but I wonder if that's because these kids, again, we're in a post-COVID world and they didn't have life before the internet because
Yes.
I like, did we have many opportunities to project onto people? Like, not in the
No.
same way, right? No, like,
No.
I kind of wanted to be Aaliyah a little bit when I was in like 6th grade. I wanted
Who
to be
didn't?
Left Eye a little bit, and then that was it, right? Like, I left it alone. You know what I mean? I had like a crush on some NBA players. Like, that was it. I
Yeah.
never like was like, Olandria is me, and if you don't like Olandria, you must die. Like, that shit is crazy.
Well, I think it's because they have this false sense of access to these people. And so they think that they are going to be their friend. I think that, like, I still see people post being like, oh my God, Ariana Madix liked my comment. And you're like,
Yeah.
do you know that Ariana Madix is probably not managing her own social media at this
Yeah,
point?
exactly.
It's
Like,
like
she's
it's like
not
stuff like
managing.
that. And I think also to go back to the demographic is changing. I say this once a week. We are sharing the internet with people who charge their devices in their parents' bedrooms at night. Like these are kids. These are kids. We don't know how old they are,
Yeah,
but
they
they
are
all have
children.
Instagram and they're in high school and they don't get it. Like when we were younger and Real Housewives was on, I was reading those blogs and I was at work and I was turning around saying, so did anybody watch New Jersey this
Oh
week?
my God, I remember being on the floor in my closet watching New Jersey, like on the
Right?
floor in my closet, like at like college. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
was not tweeting about it.
We
That's so
weren't.
true.
We were like, oh my God, like that's funny or whatever. That's why also like if you liked Kristen Cavallari on Laguna Beach, nobody was tarring and feathering you.
No, no one was calling me a fucking pick me coon for
Yeah, you know
liking
what I mean? And
Christmas Cavaliers.
I think like it's always just a reminder to everybody to be normal about stuff because guess what? All of you who are like salivating about like fuck Westworld, there are people in the city who are posting out posters or printing out posters and posting them
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
on like
Beware,
telephone
he is an
poles.
STD or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
like about beware about Amanda Batula and West TD, like all these things and I'm just like you guys are the same people who are salivating that hard about like the bloodlust against them are the ones that literally a week before it happened
We're
told me
shipping them.
they were shipping them and they were yelling at me because I said that
Yeah,
he looked like a
he was a
toddler.
tummy.
And now
And
look, Lindsay called him a toddler and everyone's like, yeah, Lindsay, he is a toddler. And I'm like, I told you he is.
yes, that is so crazy. And he baby talks and stuff. I think you know what it is too. Also, it's that, and this could be a good or a bad thing, but it's like there are enough famous people on the internet that you can over identify with anyone, right?
Yeah.
The fact is, I don't look like Beyonce, but if there's Beyonce and Ashanti and Brandy, I gotta glom onto one of them, right? But like, I'm not foolish enough to go, I look like Brandy, so I'm not like, so Brandy on TV doesn't represent me, Rae Sanni, right?
Uh-huh.
But like there is an Olandria, and then there's a Ciara, and then there's a Shelly, and then there's a Justine, and all these girls. So like, you can find so niche a celebrity that you can instantly like over identify with them, and and then you get encouraged by their interaction with you in a way that didn't. Me and Mariah Carey are not the same bitch. I could like her. I'm not gonna be tricked into thinking she is me, right? And like
Yeah.
these,
Yeah.
but for these people, because the internet has existed their entire lives, it feels like real life in a way that it doesn't to me, which is which is worrisome, but we'll figure it out. We'll all figure this out. This is figure outable. I just I gotta let you go. I have to go, like, be a person, because I'm realizing that I'm like sweating thinking about this, because
My
I'm
God,
like, oh
I'm
my God,
sweating
is her
too.
audience gonna hate me? Is
No,
her
you're okay.
audience
First
gonna
of
hate
all,
me so
disclaimer
bad?
to the audience. Okay, here's a couple of things that we know to be true. We all agree that Amanda and West did a fucked up thing. We all agree that Amanda is a bad friend. We all agree that Wes Wilson is like a weenie, honestly, is the best way to say. He's a dweeb, he's a weenie, he's a weirdo. And honestly,
I didn't
like
look at the pictures.
the
I didn't look at the pictures
the dick
because
pics.
I don't do revenge porn. But is the dick worth it? What are we on here? What's
I mean,
going
I
on
don't
here?
know. Mia on Southern Hospitality apparently told Sally from Southern Charms that she should get with Wes because the dick is good. And she was called out on it in the reunion, I guess. And the trailer came out.
Oh yeah,
And
lever doing too much.
yeah, Mia went on, which I love Mia on Southern Hospitality. She said, "I'm so sorry to let you down, divas. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize he was going to be evil." Like, that's literally, and I like appreciate that about Mia because she's like, "Yeah, I fucked him. And I didn't
No,
realize
but
that
the
he
thing
was going to be a
is, you
bad
know
guy."
why I don't like that? I like Mia, but I didn't like that because she started talking shit on Wes for no reason. If you had fucked him, if
Nobody
I
asked.
knew you fucked him the whole time, because
Yeah.
she made it seem like, oh, they just kissed and like she didn't do anything with him. Coming to find out, you giving dick reports. Like, what are we doing here?
I know. But to go back to the pictures, I haven't seen them, but it is so funny to me that like it's like so funny, like we're mad about this guy who did this fucked up thing, but like he has not just dick pics, but like soft dick pics, like flaccid
Yeah,
dick
I
pics.
don't. So I'm just trying to understand, because I was like, why would a man take pictures of himself soft? And then I'm hearing that, oh, men do it for progress. Maybe they're in the sauna or whatever, whatever. Cool, fine. But why are you sending that to people? Because I don't think his phone was hacked. I think he sent it to someone and someone fucked up. I think it's fucked up to leak nudes of
Yes.
anybody, always.
Yes.
But like, you sent that to someone. Why was that sent? Why was that transmitted from your phone to someone else's? Why did you do that? Why did you
Well,
do that,
also
Wes?
when he said it at the couch, he was like, "Oh, my dick pics are like leaked. My nudes are being leaked in Missouri." And then he was like surprised that Carl and Jesse had already seen them because I was like, "Do you not understand how the internet works? Like they weren't on somebody's floppy disk and like they got sent out. Like, what is wrong with you? You're so stupid."
A
He's so
floppy dick on
stupid.
a
And
floppy
that
disk
yeah,
is
the floppy
crazy.
dick on his floppy disk. Like it's so stupid. And like this is what I mean, guys. Like all of them are so dumb. Like they're all so stupid. These are like not our best and brightest. It is entertaining to watch it, but like just be cool, okay?
Okay,
Don't
wait. So what did
yeah.
you? But did you think? Because like Amanda was like, I've never seen nudes of you. Do we believe that?
And I think that he's not given her an opportunity to have to send her a picture because she's always with him.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
Okay.
I would
So it's
love to
like
send you
always in
an
her mouth. It's always in her
yeah.
mouth. So she
Yeah.
doesn't. He doesn't have time to like pull it out and take a picture of it. It's just always down her throat. Okay.
I thought it was so funny the switch up too. And this isn't my last thought. The switch up of Amanda, like in the dressing room, being like, I'm like really looking forward to like taking accountability and like talking to the people that we hurt, and then immediately getting to the couch and being like, "Fuck off, Sierra." I was like, "Whoa!"
Do you know what's hilarious about that? That is so funny to me. It's so funny because it's like she could have buyed everything else. She could have buyed anything else. But you said she ain't had no friends. You said I'm only hanging out with West friends. Fuck off, Sierra. They weren't West friends. People like me, okay?
And that's really what. Oh my God, that's a really good point. That's really what it was. She was like, "Me not have friends? How dare you? I'm
Yeah,
popular."
exactly. He's like, I have my own friends. They aren't truly. That is so bizarre. Everything everybody said. Everything everybody said. It's the best revenge. Him fucking you. She like that. She like that shit. But she was
Yeah.
like, oh, I only have friends that belong to West. Fuck off, Sierra.